Welcome back. In our video today, we're going to be gaining insights for Moon in Aquarius or Moon in the 11th house. We have a lot to cover. So go ahead and put your headphones in and put your phone down, and let's discuss this placement and transit. First, we're going to break down the Moon and what the Moon is all about. So the Moon in the natal birth chart, it has to do with your mother, your ancestors, your roots, your past life. Yes, it is. It's linked to your past life. Also, it shows you your early childhood upbringing. Okay, anything that has to do with the family dynamic. So it also shows you your mother and the way that she raised you, how you perceived her to have raised you. Your Moon is all about your emotions, your deep-rooted feelings, your instincts. And it does have to do with your thought process. So now the 11th house in the natal birth chart. What is that all about? Well, the 11th house has to do with gains, the flow of income and money coming in. It has to do with tight circles, networking, friendships, things that go on in your community. Okay, out into the world. It shows you your older siblings, anything that's going on with the social norm. Okay, just being proactive in that way. So now we're going to jump right into this. Moon in the 11th house. Men and women. These men and women are very much visionaries. Okay, they do have an emotional need to make their own money. Okay, they're go-getters. They go out there, grinders, hustlers. They want to be able to have something solid for themselves. They want to be secure in their world, in their home, in their careers. This is what makes these men and women happy. Okay, they also do have a love and a strong emotional need for large groups in large settings. They want to be able to network and connect with as many people as they can as possible. They really do want to be like, they want people to look at them in a certain way, a certain light. Okay. They're very humanitarian. They seek out validation from the social circles. So even with their friends, they can be like a mothering friend. If their friends are coming over, they can want to make sure that everything is prepped for them. Make sure that everything is being provided or catering to them. So these are the type of people that could very well have a very welcoming home where people could come and enjoy, laugh, talk, play games. Poker, polka night, spades night, these are these men. And women, they love to be entertainers, be able to entertain. And show up in that kind of way where you can really fully enjoy yourself. But they also like to get out in the world and do these same things, even if it's somebody's house, or even if it's an organization in the community. These are the type of men and women that would really excel in the area of being able to speak up for people's rights, make outlets for people that are in need, not able to provide for themselves, not able to take care of their children. This placement is very much about wanting to connect with people on a very emotional level. They can also be very much vegetarians. Okay, watching what they eat, watching their diets, things they put into their body, very in tune with the earth. Wanted to go out there and probably just grow fruits and vegetables, not eat so much meat. Now, don't get me wrong, because you could like to eat a steak too. You could like to want to eat ham and all that, but these men and women are a little bit more conscious about it. So even if they do those things, they might be the type of people that think to themselves like, damn, I've been eating a lot of beef lately. Maybe I need to just pull back. These are these men and women. Also with displacement, these men and women draw out a lot of friendships. Okay, it could be friendships from early on in childhood or brand new friendships, but they can become very influenced by the people that they are surrounded with. So you do need to be cautious with that. They have a tendency to take on other people's ideas, other people's views and opinions. So you do need to just make sure that you are not doing that, because you are very prone to be doing this. And you might not be conscious that this is exactly what you're doing, but this is definitely the case. A lot of times you can just be in conversations with people, talk and exchange ideas, and you can embrace them as if they are now your own. All right. Got to be cautious with that. Also, with this placement, I do want to say that it really depends on your birth chart with this placement. So say, for example, you have the moon aspect negatively. Okay, it might have a square in there or up, things of this nature. This is going to alter what I'm saying. So now, where everything is all about them wanting to really connect on that level, with a negative aspect, they'll probably still be able to connect with people, but find it very difficult to be able to connect. Really express certain things, certain views. They could have a lot of friends that are their enemies. They can have a lot of friends or people placed in their circles that really don't care for them, really don't look at them in a certain kind of way, perceiving them wrong. Okay, out to get them, being very malicious, trying to do things towards them to hurt them. So this could play out many different ways. Also, they can have strong connections towards their older siblings. Not saying that your younger siblings, you won't have a relationship with them or some kind of buddy friendship with them, but it definitely is a placement where their older siblings are going to be the ones that they might hang out with more, might speak to more, and really feel more connectedly bonded with them. Okay, and they can also find themselves gaining from the older siblings in their life. Maybe the older sibling is there to help them, lend a helping hand, might give them some money, inherit some money from an older sibling. This is very possible. Also with displacement, these men and women can definitely gain wealth, gain money through women that are in their lives. Now, this doesn't matter if you are a woman or if you're a man with displacement. Moon in the 11th house. You can gain money through women, friendships with women. If you're a man and you're in a relationship with a woman, you can come up. Orphan act. Okay, this is all I'm going to say. So now, when it comes down to their mother could have been very much a business-orientated person herself. Okay, she could have been very friendly and recognized for being very respectable in the community, in the society, out into the world. When people see your mother, they look at her as kind, nice, gentle, generous. Okay, very given. This is how your mother will be perceived to people out in the world. And your mother could have also very well been very involved in the community. She could probably live in the community that she grew up in. Still live there right now. Also, she can be very sociable. And anything that has to do with social organizations. Okay, your mother could probably have outlets for people out in the world to better them and help them. Okay, also, you can move away from your hometown if you have displacement. So you can feel like you are driven or drawn towards just moving away from your homeland, your hometown, the state, or the city. But these men and women are very creative. They love music, and they want a partner who is very creative themselves, very original, have dreams and goals of their own. This is what these men and women really seek out, and this is what they want. They want to connect with people on the utmost level. They want to be a part of something. They can be in clubs. They can be in groups. Shit, they could be in gangs. You see what I'm saying? It all depends on your birth chart, so you're going to have to check it out. But definitely, if this placement is aspect negatively, these men and women can struggle in group dynamics. They can be the person that might be around a lot of people negatively. Okay, might go to a party or go to a little get-together, and they can really feel a little off. They can feel like, why am I here? Or, maybe I shouldn't have came. Or, things like that. These men and women can go back and forth with their sales. They might not even attend an event that one of their close friends are having. Because other people, there are people that they don't mesh with. They don't fuck with. And they really don't want to be around it. So these men and women, it's very tricky with this placement. Because it can go either way. They can really want to be connecting with people and be on that bond. But a lot of times they don't want to do that. So this is the thing. early on in life. If it's negative aspect, early on in life, they were those sociable people and they probably did have many friends or people that they thought was their friends. And something went on and took place. Okay, maybe they're not friends with them anymore. Maybe they don't speak to them anymore. Or maybe they just fell back from them. Or maybe their friend fell back from them. So whatever it was, these men and women come to the conclusion that they really need to distance themselves and disconnect. So even though this placement can be very attached, they can cut off you. They can cut off their own feelings and just decide they don't want to feel a goddamn thing about your ass anymore. So it can be tricky. All right, also displacement, these men do want to be proactive into the community, into organizations. They can be the type of people that want to just freely offer their services for the needy, for somebody that needs help. So they can very much just be volunteers. All right, they want things to be fair and equal out into the world, friendships, partnerships, family. They want things to be that kind of way they don't have an issue when things are awful. Not moving a certain kind of way. These are the men and women that will speak up. They will speak out. They don't have a problem with telling you that what you did was wrong. And I don't like how things is going in the community. I don't like how things is going in this organization. They don't have a problem with pinpointing what they don't like. And they will tell you what they don't like. And they will want to make a change. They will want to see a change in it. Okay, they can really decide that they want to fall back from people. Okay, so even though these men and women want to be liked and they want to be recognized in a certain way, they have the ability to cut off you and cut off their own feelings of how they felt about you. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to fuck with it. They don't want to tackle anything on at the moment. All right? These men and women do seek out honesty, okay, but they can also be very manipulative in situations, and even with people, okay, they can find ways to really get down to a situation when conflicts arise, and they know how to pick your brain. So if you know somebody with displacement, they can pick your brain, and they can say things for you till they expose who you are and your truth. They do have people that are really down for them, but they do have people that don't mean a damn good for them. And this is the type of shit that these men and women don't want to deal with. They want to deal with them. Real bonds. They want to deal with being able to connect with you, being able to have a good time with you, the type of men and women that you can see probably having a lot of barbecues, okay? They might even do events, okay? Have an event where it's an open bar. People could come and drink and have a good time and have a good vibe. Okay, opposed to a negative thing with the negative shit. They don't want that. Who the hell want to be around that? Not them, and they don't like it. All right, so, they do have a good relationship with their mother. Okay, their mother, they can look at their mother as somebody that they can talk to, somebody that's very influential, somebody that can inspire somebody, even their self. They can very well just be a good friend to their mother, especially when it is in their adulthood. They can really feel like they can say almost anything to their parents, mother to be exact. They can feel like they can talk to her freely, and they are not going to be ridiculed or judged for it. Okay, anything else I need to say about this placement? They can also receive gain from their mother. Okay. They can also own a business or anything like that. They can have their mother sign off on business dealings. The mother could have some kind of involvement within their business or something. And this will actually bring the business great success, just her name being presented. Or if her name is even on the business. Okay, it can bring a lot of, what do you call it, love? I like to call it blessings. But it can bring a lot of blessings into your life. Okay, just something about her name, something about her. Okay, your mother can very well be very much linked to the universe. Okay, nature. All right? So, she has a very strong presence and people respect your mother. So, if you have displacement, they definitely do. Now, as I said before, if this is a negative aspect thing to your Moon. It's going to alter this quite a bit. All right, where you're going to get gains, it might be delayed. It might take a little bit longer for these things to come into play. Okay, but for the most part, these men and women really do seek out validation in the group dynamics. Friendships. They hold their friendships to them very dearly. So definitely if a friendship decided to just break down and just go down the smoke and ashes, they would be highly annoyed. Because they invested their time and energy, they want to feel like they are a part of something major. So you can see these people into anything that's going out in the world groups. Okay, so like they might even be into church conventions. Okay, PALs. They might really like to get involved in that. If it's a football team, they might want to be involved to be down with the crew and just be able to set up the field or provide snacks. They love to be able to do activities, all right. So, but anything that's outside of that is going to be a little boring to them. So they're not loners. These men and women are not loners. They can become detached at times, but that depends on the negative aspect of it. But if it's not negatively aspect, these men and women would do very well around people. Okay, this is what they want. This is what they seek out. All right, that's all I have. Please leave a comment if anything resonates with you, and be sure to watch the next video to gain more insight on other transits and placements. I want to thank you for watching.